Hey guys, it's me, Phobia, and I'm back today with another video. Today is going to be Big Chungus in this one. And yeah, alright, let's do it. Big Chungus!
Jungle, the Chungus sleeps tonight. Big Chungus is a meme on Reddit.
If you are someone who wants to use inclusive language and you love to talk about inclusivity, then you have to stop using the word obese and obesity. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
There, everyone. Let's normalize fat people eating and then people not commenting about it. Okay, let's go. Let's eat. Woo! Pasta and veggies. Zucchini.
The girls who girl. The girls who girln't, gorn't.
It's full-time obesity promoter. And as someone who is personally really big into fitness, this obviously triggered me.
Yes, I just woke up. But let's discuss how a fat person triggered you into making a joke about hurting yourself. Every single person has a different lifestyle. I don't want your lifestyle. That's yours. I have my own. That would be like me seeing your skin and being like, oh, I'm gonna hurt myself because he has acne and I take care of my skin and wash my face. Does that make sense to you? Does it legitimately make sense? Fat phobia goes so beyond just, I don't like that person's fat body. People don't get the health care they need. They don't get hired in jobs. They don't get the love they deserve because they're fat. And no, they don't have to lose weight to fit into your standard. And again, fat phobia is anti-blackness. Sit with that. You are a joke.
This is probably going to make some of you very mad, but today I want to talk about why non-marginalized people, specifically thin people, don't belong in the body positivity movement. Thin people have turned this movement into being about self-love, and that really just highlights how much privilege you have. This movement was never supposed to be about self-love. It was supposed to be about dismantling systems of oppression, specifically racism, fat phobia, and ableism. We can't love ourselves out of oppression. I'm fat and disabled. Just because I love myself, which I do, doesn't mean that I'm somehow shielded from fat phobia or ableism. Start your own movement, call it self-love, but when you call what you're doing body positivity and it's not, you are drowning out voices of the marginalized who have gone unheard for much too long. You're welcome to be an ally, but that means accepting feedback about problematic things that you say and centering the voices of the marginalized, not your own.
Want to have a quick chat. If you're a fat ally, just listen up. And if you think that the term fat ally is stupid, oh my god, scroll. I could not care less about your opinion. If you care the smallest amount of fat people, you're gonna have to stop pointing out we're fat every single chance you get. Because I feel like thin people have this weird need to remind fat people we are different. That, oh, what's your unique thing? And by this I mean, oh my god, you look like you give the greatest hugs. It's because you think I'm like soft and cushiony. Or, oh my god, oh, you're actually eating a salad, good for you. You don't know my diet, Brenica. I mean, like, even in my acting class today, it was literally like, so your niche is that you're fat. I am so much more than that. And I don't need you to point it out every day, and it's just frustrating.
And here's just a little tip for you if anyone's struggling. I wanted to have a bread roll with my lunch, but it went over the required weight. So what I did was just scoot all the bread out from the middle. Huh? So you just add the crust of the bread roll, not the bread inside? Yes, I used it as a healthy extra B. So you just threw the rest of the bread away? That's right, yes I did. Very proud of myself. Yeah, amazing. What did you have on the bread roll then? No, here's another trick. I just sprayed it with the Frylight spray. Sorry, let me get this right. You had a bread roll, you took the bread out, and just sprayed it with Frylight. That's right. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of this group.
So the video where this comment was posted is so good, and I implore you guys to watch that. And this is my mutual, so I want to kind of expand on what they've said here because it's really important. If you don't know, the body positivity movement really stems from the fat liberation movement that started in the 1970s. And in 1973, the Fat Liberation Manifesto was published, and within the 7 core, basically, pillars of this manifesto, all statements start with we. And when the body positivity movement started, basically in like the 2010s, the whole aim was to basically uplift fat and disabled bodies. But now with the co-optation of the body positivity movement by white, able-bodied, and skinny women, it's kind of devolved into individualistic narratives that really don't push this movement forward, and also strays away from the fat liberation movement. If it doesn't push for togetherness and doesn't include marginalized and Black people, then it isn't body positivity.
Yes, I can, and I have a public service announcement. Despite what many people might think, I, a certified and ordained fat, have a head on top of my body. In fact, all fat people have heads. But based on every nightly news segment and article that has ever been published about the obesity epidemic, of course we are to assume that the vast majority of fat people are a bunch of chubby Ichabod cranes. I myself started to wonder whether most fat people have heads. Maybe they're losing weight, and head weight is just the first to go. I mean, seriously, it is so dehumanizing that in every piece of news about fat people, they never have heads. So you know what? This is my official application to be America's spokesfat, as long as they show that I have a head.
As much as I love everyone, bear with me, I just got off work. As much as I love everyone and the body positive movement and whatever else, like, if you're making a video and you're like, let's start normalizing normal bodies, and you show off like your tiny little belly, that like small amount of belly you have, and otherwise your frame is very very thin, you aren't as revolutionary as you think you are nearly at all, because the comments you get, they're gonna be like, oh my god, icon, like, yes, like yes, normal bodies, people have belly. But they, like, if I posted something like that, like, think of your skinny little self posting about your like little pooch that you have, and then think of me. Like, do you know what I mean? I post something like that. If I were to say, hey, let's normalize this body, I'm gonna get bombarded with terrible, mean people saying you're glorifying obesity, you're gonna die at age 22 because you have diabetes, and I am also a doctor and I know everything about your health. Like, I'm not gonna say stop posting videos like that. I wish I could, but I would sound really mean if I did. But just consider that there are people much bigger than you who have bigger problems than a little belly pooch. Like, I'm sorry.
Fat men are some of the biggest oppressors of fat women out there. And that is, of course, hypocritical, but it's also sad and cruel when you really understand the fact that fat men that do this do it from a place of self-hatred. They hate themselves. And that would be sad in and of itself, and it is sad. Like, I'm not even saying sad as in like a derogatory way. It's genuinely sad that fat men hate themselves, but then they take this hatred and their internalized fat phobia and use it as a blunt weapon against women everywhere, figuratively speaking. But still, you use it as a tool to oppress fat women around you. To appeal to skinny women, as if that would work? It doesn't. Skinny women don't want you. And it's not because you're fat. Some skinny women are fat phobic, but for the most part, it's because you fucking hate yourselves. And women, in general, like confident people. I'm sorry. So maybe the journey is inward. Look inward.
Pull up in it. Bro, this shit fucking hurt. It always hurts me when I see a black person being fat phobic. It just crushes me. Especially because one of the origins of fat phobia was literally racism. Prior to the Atlantic slave trade, Europeans actually found plushy, chubby to fat women extremely desirable and as a sign of health, whereas people who were thinner were sick and weird, specifically ugly. But during the Atlantic slave trade, many Europeans realized that many African enslaved folk shared similar proportionate chubby to fat sizes that they considered desirable, specifically black women. So in a desperate attempt to essentially perpetuate racial inferiority, they decided to just switch up the whole narrative and use science to back it up. This is what I mean when I say it's never been about health. Also, I'm reading this book called Fearing the Black Body, where Sabrina Strings goes into detail about this, using multiple historical references. It's really good. I beg, please.
The topic of the day is intuitive eating. Intuitive eating is something that was very recently created by two dietitians in around 1995. The goal of intuitive eating is to bring harmony between your biological and psychological needs. So pretty much making sure that you are getting all the nutrients and stuff that you need without it being detrimental to your mental health. And there are 10 principles of intuitive eating. 1 is rejecting diet mentality. 2, honor your hunger. 3, make peace with food. 4, challenge the food police. 5, respect your fullness. 6, discover the satisfaction factor. 7, honor your feelings without using food. 8, respect your body. 9, is just movement. And 10, honor your health with gentle nutrition. Overall, the goal is to just create a healthy relationship with food. So I will be doing a series where I'll go in depth about all 10 of these principles. And remember, eat what you want, when you want, and don't let anybody make you feel bad about it.